Some stories end when the villain dies, some end in courtrooms, but the most dangerous ones, they end when people believe them. I am Detective Drayk, and this final chapter isn't Elijah Vale's, it's hers. After his arrest, Elijah stopped talking. No confession, no remorse, just silence and a stare that made the walls colder. We tried everything, psychologists, interrogators, bait, nothing. Until she walked into the precinct. Lila. She hadn't spoken to media, hadn't seen him since the day he was arrested, but she had a request. "I want to talk to him," she said. Alone. I objected. Every part of me screamed no, but legally, we couldn't stop her. So we watched. From the other side of the glass, she stepped into the room like she was walking into a storm she'd already survived. He smiled. Of course he did. In his mind, this was the moment, the final page, the proof that his obsession had meaning. He leaned forward, whispered, "You came back. I knew you would. We always return to the ones who see us." She didn't flinch. She placed a single page on the table, typed, clean, no title, just words. And then she said, "I rewrote you." He looked confused, almost wounded. She stood and walked away. We read it later, that single page. It said, "You are not the author. You are not the story. You're a footnote in my life, crossed out and forgotten. You don't get to live in my fear. You don't get to be the final word. I do." That was the day the manuscript stopped circulating, the day the forums went quiet, the day Elijah Vale became nothing more than a number in a prison database. Lila started writing, not about him, about surviving, healing. Her words were sharp, clean, unafraid, and when people asked why she faced him, she answered simply, "I wanted to look at the monster and say, you don't get the last line." We closed the case, but something stayed with me. It wasn't the crime or the evidence. It was how thin the line is between a love story and a horror script, and how some people don't want to be loved. They want to be believed, worshipped, obeyed. Elijah Vale didn't write a love story. He wrote his own eulogy. And Lila? She wrote the epilogue. Not everyone gets justice, but sometimes survival is the best revenge. End of case.